Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and salutations to you. Klo0ga welcoming you back to another update of the Ultimate Adventure series that we've got going on. As you can see, we've got Prosper here in front of us, our lightning dual-wielding trickster dude. Guys, I think it's time for some real talk. Some hard truths need to be said. I'm bad at sentences. How you doing? Okay, so, if you guys missed the stream, there's a playlist down below in the description. Specifically go to episode 2 for the corresponding adventure for this update video, in which we basically went through all of the Warden's cellar, and we did Hallowed Hill, and of course took on the Warden himself. Now, I had a hard time, guys. I had a really hard time. Not the worst, but we died enough. It was like sort of 3 times, I think, maybe 4 in about an hour and a half, maybe an hour 45. It wasn't good. We died too much and weren't quite doing enough damage where I was happy with how things were going. Prosper is struggling, everybody. It's the harsh truth. Coming into the build, I didn't really think about ultimate viability. Going through Elite, of course, then I started thinking about, well, how far can this build go? We did Elite easily enough, but towards the end we were struggling. And now I think as we go through Ultimate, it's coming to fruition that poor old Prosper here may not have a shot at getting all the way through, unless perhaps we drastically rejig the build, but I'm not quite sure. So, I mean, if you go and watch episode 2 of the Adventures series, the live stream, that is, you can. There's a timestamp in the video description of that one for when we took on the Warden, and you'll see I just got completely nuked twice, which was bloody nasty. And so I think maybe, look, granted, to be fair, the ether resistance is not very good, but I also got absolutely destroyed in Hallowed Hill. Now, I suspect that Prosper may have just kind of reached his capacity to complete, to proceed any further through the game. I mean, we can kill trash mobs and that kind of thing, but we're already level 80, we're pretty geared up, and we're pretty much plateauing, I think. I think through, as we meet other bosses, we're just going to struggle more and more. So, I mean, I'll give you guys another look at the build. I mean, during the live stream, I did swap out to Wind Devil and was using the Raging Tempest skill to try and reduce our elemental resistances against our enemies and slow them down. Basically, debuff enemies a little bit to try and help us along a little bit. But, you know, it's not quite working out still. Prosper's all completely built around raw dual-wielding damage. But he's not absolutely super duper min-maxed at that. You know, he's not the best form of this build to make it work, essentially. It's just not quite working out for us. And it's a real bummer. So look, I'm happy to take suggestions on board. If you guys know of any ways to improve this build, give me a shout, leave a comment down below, and I'll be happy to take a look at your suggestions. I think it's pretty okay the way it is. I mean, what else can you really do to make this build more defensive? I was using Veil of Shadow, that wasn't working out too well. Using this wasn't working out too well, so there's not really another way to go as far as I can really see. We could change to two-handed weapons, perhaps. Maybe that's an option if we swap out and start using Brute Force instead, and see if that's going to help us be any better or worse. That might be a way to go. Potentially. Maybe we should try it. But I don't know what I'm going to buy. I'd have to buy out of. It's completely against his nature, though. He's been dual-wielding this whole time, and we're going to ditch that and go for this and Primal Strike instead. It just seems wrong. I don't know, man. I'll leave it up to you guys. If you guys want to see that, let me know, and I will give it a whirl. Otherwise, we have a second option, and that is Clarence the Bleeding Conjurer. You guys would have seen videos of him floating about my channel quite a lot as of late, because I really like that build. It's really, I think, viable so far. He's really doing a lot better than Prosper's doing so far. He's a more interesting build. I think you guys are more interested in seeing him at this point in time, at least from what I've seen. At least, you know, the buzz around the channel right now. And he's basically at the same point that Prosper is in terms of progression. He's early Act 2, whereas Prosper's just finished Act 1. So we're pretty much on par in terms of where we are in the story. So I'm going to leave that up to you guys. I will probably change up Prosper anyway and see if he can work in any other fashion. But if you guys say, hey, just play Clarence instead, the Conjurer, I will do so. Otherwise, I'll have Prosper prepared in a two-handed form and see if that works any better. Boom. There we go. So that's probably all that needs to be said, ladies and gents. I'm going to keep this one short rather than going and killing stuff specifically, because we don't really need to do so at this point in time. Let me know, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are in terms of how we want this series to progress. Look, regardless, I'm going to say we will continue the Ultimate Adventures series. It's just with which character, basically. So we can try Prosper out doing two-handed weapons and see if he works out any better, or some other form of the build if you guys have ideas. Otherwise, next time around, we will talk about Clarence and how he's progressing through Ultimate. So I'm going to leave it there, ladies and gents. Please do leave your comments down below. Otherwise, drop a like, and I hope to talk to you again soon. My name is Klo0ga, and you have a great day.